There was a man that lived among us. His name was Judy Krishnamurti. And they used to always have him do a lot of public speaking because he was thought to be the one most like the Krishna and the Buddha. You know? And he talked about people constantly seeking comfort. And he said how basically, a lot like Pascal, that this is folly, that it's wrong to constantly seek comfort. That if you're not living a truthful existence, okay, in a truthful existence, you're not constant comfort. You got to get up and pull the weeds. You got to get up and till the soil. You got to get up and make sure that there's water in the garden. You got to get up and do the things that require your existence to attain comfort. Right? So, wanting constant comfort, like a spoiled brat, is wrong, right? So people constantly seeking comfort is incorrect. That's not rational and mature thinking. Like, they said about Job that he was perfect, he was mature, right? And what's really difficult is when you get people like, you have a mature person like myself, and I'll get up and be mature, and then I get abused by people that try to make me look inadequate. Like in 2017, when I challenged the scientists in the military in this town, said in 8 months I can get myself in really good shape, and in one day you could pull your head out of your ass, but you won't. And obviously I was correct because I did it. And that was in 2017. Their head is still firmly entrenched up their ass, right? And I'm attempting to recover from their systematic abuse. We cannot call it organized. Okay, organized is getting together like Joseph and making sure that they have grain, because crazy wacko Pharaoh and his God people won't stop building big monuments to their insanity because they got ego problems and stuff. And so organized is when you get together with good people and do things right so people can live good lives. That's organized, right? And this clusterfuck of insanity that we're stuck in right now has nothing to do with organization, right? Organization is not a bad word, okay? But conflict, because of selfishness, is understanding bad activity because of bad thoughts, language, and behavior. And then they had that I have to go look at it with the little thing on the, he suggested to watch about Trump, and they have the thing, they kept saying Dyro and Darrow, and I'm like, are they talking about Robert De Niro? De Niro's not necessarily a comedian. He does comedy. But, he is a Falker and stuff. But he's a propaganda artist, right? Is what De Niro does. It's also what Kimmel does. That's also what Donald Trump does. Have you ever watched professional wrestling? Okay. What's the difference between Kimmel, De Niro, Trump, and Vance, and All Elite Wrestling or the WWE? There is none. Okay, even UFC. Okay, yeah, they're going to go out there and they're literally going to beat the shit out of each other for a lot of ridiculous amounts of bullshit, crazy fuck money. Okay, but it's just extremist, like Evel Knievel. It's just extremist interaction because of addiction to bad behaviors, because you lack the capacity to share the world in a truthful, faithful, loving existence and tidings of comfort and joy, right? Cecil B. DeMille and Charlton Heston can pretend to be like Moses, okay? But like Judy Krishnamurti being the person who is and always will be the spirit of Krishna and the Buddha, Earl, the son of Ralph and Mary in the book of Revelation, like Muhammad foretold and Malachi, lots of people foretold, is and always will be the spirit of Moses. Okay, so you can pretend to be Moses, and Jim Caviezel could pretend to be like Jesus in a movie. Willem Dafoe can pretend to be like Jesus. My favorite is Ted Neely. Yeah. Why should you worry about tomorrow? What was that? What was he singing that? I like him though. Ted Neely is my favorite Jesus. Anybody else? I particularly liked. I painted a picture of Ted Neely. My mother-in-law has it. Yeah, because I liked him so much. The way he played it was just very empathetic and compassionate. And then when they had the thing that they talked about, he sat there and he said when they were filming that, there was a storm coming in with lightning. And he said the director goes, get him down from there, right? And it made Ted cry. Because he was pretending to be Jesus up on that cross where they crucified him. And when the lightning was coming in, it was going to get dangerous for Ted. The director immediately said, hey, you need to get him down from there so he doesn't get hurt. He even could get killed getting struck by lightning. And Ted started to cry about that because he thought, that's sad that Jesus didn't get that same kind of empathy, respect, and consideration in his time, right? And I thought that is so beautiful of Ted Neely. So there's a special place in Jesus's heart for the guys that got up and pay their extortion and didn't understand the stories for Ted Neely. Jesus likes it. My Emily does too. She'd watch that movie when they're going to crucify him. She goes, "He didn't have to kill him. He was so nice." And you're totally right, Emily Gracie Bird. You're totally right. Her favorite. I was watching the movie because she didn't have makeup on, so I didn't realize it was my childhood crush. I didn't know she was Hawaiian. I thought she was Algonquin. Yvonne Elliman. And I was like, oh gosh, this girl's good. I was watching the movie of Amy and she had me watch. I was like, this lady they picked for Mary Magdalene is perfect. Oh my gosh, she's so good, right? And I'm like, she has such a good voice. And then I'm sitting there listening. And I go, oh my gosh, this is Yvonne Elliman. This is my boyhood crush. Don't know why I'm surviving every lonely day. If I can't have you. And my favorite is love me just a little bit. Love me, please, just a little bit longer. Together we can make it. And I do like her. I don't know how to love her. My favorite is Helen Reddy's because everybody likes Helen Reddy, right? My Amy, one of her favorite songs as a kid, and she really loves Pete's Dragon, Candle in the Window. Candle in the Water. Sorry, not window, water. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's Helen Reddy. Somewhere in the night, peaceful. Ain't no way to treat a lady. I am woman. You and me against the world. Shoot, what else? What else is Helen sing? She's so good. She's good. She good. That little Australian girl could sing. I'm pretty sure she's from Australia, but she's a good singer. Everybody else like Helen Reddy. She's one of my favorites. Oh yeah, she's a good one. My mom's favorites. My mom had like Barbra Streisand, Helen Reddy, Diana Ross, Nancy Wilson. Mom had real good taste in music and stuff. I had to help her with some. I got her into, because my sisters were into Natalie Cole, and got her to understand and respect Ruth and Patti LaBelle and Aretha Franklin. Mods, because mom's thing was, why can't all of her songs be like Natural Woman? And say a little prayer. Why does she gotta yell and scream so much in the other ones? It's like, Mom, that's just it's the style. It's cultural. It's okay. Well, I don't like it when they yell and scream. So I prefer the ones that I shared with you that you like too, Mother. Yeah. So I gotta admit, people start yelling and screaming too much. Just like, okay, you don't need to do that. Just People who eat people don't eat people. It's wrong to eat people. We're not cannibals. We're people. But people eat animals. And animals eat people. Yeah. When we die, the worms do that. And then people go fishing and they get a worm. And then they eat the fish. And they use the worm to catch the fish. And, oh, yeah. Don't be so self-righteous and full of yourself. Just be healthy and kind. And when I die, my ashes help fertilize the soil so flowers can grow and pecans and apples can grow. My children are going to know that their grandpa always loved them, and that the soul transcends the flesh, and that the soul supplies life to grandpa is in the flower and in the rock and the raindrop and the snowflake, right? So anywhere you need to understand about things that provide life so we can love, you know that all that love are there. So don't be disease and pestilence and disaster. Be the whisper of the raindrop. Be the softness of the snowflake. Okay? Be the wind that blows a comforting breeze on a hot day. Okay? Be the water that quenches the thirst. All right? Be the comfort of truth and faithful love. Okay, guys? I love you. We'll talk tomorrow because I'm tired and I'm going to get me some sleep early tonight. All right? Peace.